yarn lovers! The crab stitch is a super simple way to edge your projects, so keep watching and I'll show you exactly how to do it. So I have a granny square here ready to show you how to crochet the stitch. It's always easy to show borders and edgings just on a simple granny square, and I've got a different colour yarn just so that you can see properly what I'm doing. So I'm just using double knit today and a 4mm hook, but you just use the same yarn that you crocheted the rest of your project with and the hook size that you've been using for your project. So when I'm adding a crab stitch edging, I like to add a round of single crochet first. So I'm just going to start by putting a slip knot on my hook, and I'm just going to start anywhere along the side, it doesn't really matter, and I'm going to put a single crochet in there, and I'm going to start putting a single crochet in each stitch around the edge of this granny square. And once I get to the corner, I'm going to put a single crochet, chain 2 and a single crochet, and then continue working into each stitch across this edge of the granny square. So you go ahead and put a single crochet into each stitch all the way across. And once you get to the corner, you're going to put a single crochet, chain 2 and a single crochet in that corner. And all of the corners are going to be exactly the same, so you're just going to continue all the way around with a single crochet in each stitch, and in each corner single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. So you go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you back when we're ready to start round 2. Once you've worked all the way around, we're simply going to join with a slip stitch to that first single crochet, and now we're ready to crochet our final round, which is the crab stitch. Now the crab stitch is actually very easy to do. It might feel a bit tricky to start off with, but it's basically single crochet, but you're working it around clockwise instead of normally you would work towards the left. But you're actually crocheting towards the right, so it does feel a bit odd. So you want to chain 1 and start, and then you're going to put your hook back into that same stitch and single crochet, and then you're going to put your hook into the next stitch behind and single crochet, and that's all there is to it. So you're just working from left to right, putting a single crochet in each stitch. Now initially it might feel a bit weird, but persevere with it. Whoops, I've lost my loop, and you'll soon get the hang of it. And it creates this very, very pretty dainty edge, very, very simple. It's perfect for when you don't want anything too fussy. So you're just going to keep doing this all the way around. And when you get to the corners, you don't need to do anything fancy here. So I'm just putting 1 stitch into that corner space and then moving on to the next stitch and carrying on around our work. So you're simply going to continue with a reverse single crochet or crab stitch into each stitch all the way around, and you don't need to add any extra stitches in the corner, just 1 stitch in the corner is fine. So I've worked all the way around, and we need to join to the beginning of our crab stitch with a slip stitch, but if you join from the front, I always find it gives like a messy looking edge, so I like to turn work over and then I join into the back of the stitch like so, and then once you turn it over to the front, it looks a lot nicer that way. So you can then just fasten off and weave in your ends. And so there you have the crab stitch. It's a perfectly pretty, super simple way to finish off your projects. And if you would like to see more border crochet patterns, then check out my Edgings and Borders playlist right here on YouTube. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye now.